Karl Struhel running in P3. Lap 13 for Karl Struhel, settling into the rhythm. Green light for practice. Here's the view from Sean Eric's cockpit in the number 29 Peugeot 406 STW RHD. P1 for Sean Eric, a quiet run so far. Sean Eric sets the benchmark in Sector 1. Tommy Teasdale is in trouble in Pro. Here's the replay. We're back with Karl Struhel in P1 in AM. "15 laps completed by Karl Struhel. Karl Struhel maintaining P3. Karl Struhel goes purple in Sector 2. Fastest Sector 3 of the session, Karl Struhel.
This is ground control to Major Tom. Real lively bunch tonight.
It'll be the closest I ever get to you, Tommy. You passed me.
To get out of the garage, I gotta go 45 degrees or I get damaged.
Yeah, I don't know if they're all like that, but most of them are. Yeah, I had same thing happened to me.
Craig Gallagher currently P2 in AM. Craig Gallagher into P2 in AM, 139.419. That's 3.46 behind Carl Struhal. Now with Pro P2, Tommy Teasdale. P2, Tommy Teasdale, keeping it clean. Halfway point, 61 minutes remaining.
Let's see what happens.
Lap 14 for Tommy Teasdale, settling into the rhythm. Tommy Teasdale improves in Sector 1. Sector 2 purple for Tommy Teasdale. Let's see it from Gilles Lalonde's perspective in the number 8 BMW 329 STW. Something has gone wrong for Craig Gallagher in AM. Let's take a look.
Goodness.
Back to Gilles Lalonde running P3 in Pro. Gilles Lalonde holding P5.
How's everybody doing tonight?
I'm all right. How are you, Ross?
Delicious.
Sounds like you're singing to us and all that.
Do need to make food, actually. Reminds me. I might actually be able to turn some laps before qualifying. That'd be a first.
P3 for Gilles Lalonde in Pro
liking this
with a 141.037.
I'm digging it. I'm normally slow to learn tracks, but
Tommy
I picked this one up
Teasdale
quick.
has found some pace in the last few
Oh,
laps.
Tommy just bested me.
Tommy Teasdale with the fastest Sector 2 so far.
He's such an asshole.
Switching
that
to
way.
AM P2, Craig.
Good lap, Tommy.
Let's check on Gilles Lalonde, P3 in Pro.
Tommy, tease you with a better lap time, Teasdale. I guess we'll pop some stuff in the microwave here and see how that goes.
Ross, do you know your mic is
Switching
open?
to pro leader Tommy Teasdale.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm muted up once we actually go a racing. If it's
Okay.
loud, I'll...
Just yeah, no, I just didn't know if you knew.
I have the fancy flip boom, so we actually get into things where I need to shut the hell up while flip it up.
Like it mutes when you flip it.
Yeah,
That's handy.
super handy, and that way I can leave it open and bother Gilles all up until the
Quicker
race
laps
time.
now from Tommy Teasdale.
we can hear you making dinner.
That's the quickest sector 2 we've
Yeah,
seen.
what-
Tommy Teasdale.
Hot
what's for dinner?
stickers for tonight.
Nobody quicker than Tommy Teasdale in sector 3.
The dog likes it.
She will not be
Tommy
happy.
Teasdale ticking off the laps on lap 17.
That's my food. Don't you bite me?
On board with Gilles Lalonde.
Working on getting the historic headlights and windscreens updated. Have to try and get that all done tonight after the race. Tommy, why don't you run in that series?
Gilles Lalonde maintaining P5.
What was that?
I was asking Tommy why he doesn't run.
Losing
in,
a bit of pace now, Carl
any of the
Struhal.
historic series.
Which other series?
This year it's the VWSC 1981 series on Saturdays.
Here's Gilles Lalonde in P3 in Pro.
Yeah, I prefer to keep
Gilles
my
Lalonde goes green in
Saturdays
sector
open
1.
for the VEC when it starts.
Oh, so you're too good for us. I see. Say no more. That's all in, dear Lord, dog. It's all in LMU now, right?
Yeah, it's on LMU. But we're waiting for the driver swaps to actually come on the user.
On private servers?
Yeah, on
That's
private
that-
servers. Yeah,
Hasn't that been the story for how long now?
yeah, full year.
Pretty much.
Is that S397 and whoever dropping the ball or what?
They're actually fixing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're fixing stuff slowly. But apparently it's getting better every time, so we are hoping they will release it soon.
Don't it has? It's got like 2,000 players normally or some shit. I mean, it's got a big Steam numbers, don't it?
Yeah, pretty big.
Yeah.
I mean, there'll be like
I mean, relatively, yeah. I know it way bigger than RF2.
yeah, it's just
Green sector 3
mind blowing
for
to see.
Gilles Lalonde.
I don't know.
Here's the view from
18
Craig Gallagher's
splits of
cockpit in the number 97 Ford Mondeo
whatever,
WLHD.
25 people regularly. Pretty cool, but you
Oh,
get
yeah, no,
you get
no,
good with
that-
the bad. You get some crazy ones, but the system they introduced does help
Craig
a
Gallagher
bit. I
running
think
in
they are
P4.
banning people. I don't know.
Never have a perfect open lobby.
We'll see how that goes when console players come in eventually. They're porting it to console, I believe. That could, if it's cross-platform, that could get weird. Maybe, I don't know. I shouldn't judge console players, but I am.
Deservedly
It's okay.
so, I believe.
You're part of the superior PC race, so
Is that your dog
within
sneezing?
your rights.
Sneezing or coughing? Or?
She's sort of choking up her own throat. What are you doing?
Let's check on AM leader Karl Struhal.
Why don't you get something to drink?
Karl Struhal is struggling to
Ouch.
maintain the pace.
Oh wow, it's really clear out. Beautiful blue sky. She's just dying. That's all. Just a little bit of death.
Well, that's suboptimal.
She's like a year and a half. She'll get over it.
Now on board with Tommy Teasdale driving the number 8 BMW 32Y STW. The times are coming down for Tommy Teasdale.
I'm just so glad I got all those frickin' Evos done for modern sports cars. That just took
P1 for
forever.
Tommy Teasdale. A quiet run so far.
That's the Lamborghinis.
Oh no.
Oh,
I mean, it was a
Oh, I
full
misunderstood.
listing.
gotcha.
There was initially it was the 296, 992. Those had Evo updates. Then the the TRO10. That one still needs more updating because they changed the end plates. Jerks.
To get out of the pits without damage, I backed up, put the car in the center, and floored it. And I jumped the grid, so it was okay.
You can't just turn to the right? I mean, it's quite
20
sharp.
laps completed by Tommy
Still
Teasdale.
get blue front suspension
Yeah,
corner.
turn the wheel fully to the right.
Yeah, I tried, and I still got 2 blue, so now I just backed
Wow.
up.
No, fully to the
I
right.
just backed up and floored it away from the back wall, and it worked.
Tommy Teasdale is getting into a rhythm now.
Why are we not finding the server?
P5 Craig Gallagher keeping it clean.
Seems we are not downloading Velo Città.
It didn't auto download.
No.
Shields, did you have to download it separately?
I didn't try, I just picked it off your link.
It worked on the broadcast piece.
On board with Tommy Teasdale.
Gilles, so you're saying you downloaded it before attempting to go into the server, right?
Yeah, I downloaded it and put it in the package folder.
Cool. So that did work once at least. We know, Carl.
Once, yeah.
Ooh, it's hard to
Tommy
find
Teasdale has found some pace
verifiable
in the last few laps.
cases.
Oh
where they
yeah,
used-
someone where they did it that way we hoped it would work if they didn't auto download,
Yeah.
or if they choose not to auto download.
Like I said, it
Tommy
it
Teasdale
worked
running in
fine when
P1.
Loaded up on the broadcast PC. I don't know why it's being a turd on here.
Tommy Teasdale lost the rear in Pro. Here's the replay.
Did it try and stop and fail, or
No, it just threw up a red X, and
right away? But then you get a partial mod from
Returning
that,
to
don't you? That
Craig
you got to
Gallagher in
delete
P2 in
before to
AM.
try again. That was my experience.
It depends if it gets stuck somewhere else. Like it'll download the RF mod first, because it assumes that you have the other stuff. And it usually isn't a problem if you have that there, because it's just a listing file that says here's all the stuff and the versions and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a manifest effectively between the server and the client to be able to say you need all this shit. And on rare occasions, you might have a situation where that is trying to point at something. Usually it's because you have an old one in there and the server was updated since the last time you had that. For whatever
Craig
reason,
Gallagher
mod
continues
was
to improve
updated,
through
so
Sector
it
1.
tries to point at content that it shouldn't.
Gotcha.
P4 for Craig Gallagher.
Although,
A
I
quiet
will
run
say
so
that
far.
There are a couple fringe cases where people have stuff installed across different directories, or like they've
Here's the
transferred their
AM leader,
files and that
Carl
does something
Struhal.
with the file pathing, and
The lap times are starting to drop off for Carl Struhal.
So
Someone at the user end, that not the server end.
right, yeah, like if specifically like with whatever you have going on with your Steam library, like if there's some goofiness, like you install like partially to one drive or another one, or like
I could see if you had moved it after. I could see that for sure.
Yeah. Don't remember which one it was.
You did get in then.
Yeah, I just said to.
Switching to Craig Gallagher's onboard camera. The times are coming down for Craig Gallagher. Tommy Teasdale is getting into a rhythm now.
This is probably going to be screwed up somehow.
Tommy Teasdale cruising in P1.
Sequential.
I don't remember racing here, but I just remember the monkeys.
You do remember them. Cool.
Hey, we're the monkeys.
Burp.
Excuse me. Hey, that's awesome. I got in the car and it wasn't screwed up. Oh shoot, I totally missed what pit road speed was.
80K.
Switching to AM leader Carl Struhal.
I blew past that.
Carl Struhal's pace is fading.
Why does this take a freaking day to turn?
A new personal best Sector 2 there for Carl Struhal. Let's ride with Craig Gallagher in the number 97 Ford Mondios WHD. Sean Eric has slowed dramatically in Pro. Here's the replay.
Wasn't it raining not that long ago?
It was. Carl said it was 40% or something, like quarter two, and I got in at 7. It was pretty much
We're back with
dried
Craig
up
Gallagher
or stopping
in P2
raining.
in AM. Craig Gallagher has completed 10 laps now. Gilles Lalonde has found some pace in the last few laps.
Lebanon, was that it? Lebanon. There we go.
Gilles Lalonde improves in Sector 2. Sean Eric currently P2 in Pro.
There we go, the car turns now. I don't know what default setup
A solid
that was,
12
but that
laps
was
so
awful.
far from Sean Eric.
It's like turning an 18-wheeler.
Now with Pro P3, Gilles Lalonde. Oh, Gilles Lalonde is in trouble in Pro. Here's the replay. Back to Gilles Lalonde, running P3. Here's the view from Sean Eric's cockpit in the number 29 Peugeot 406 STWRHD.
Oops.
Sean Eric maintaining P2.
Just a scratch. They went and Duke boys over the freaking ledge there. Oh, sorry. I wasn't sure where I was. I thought that turn was a sector away.
On board with Sean Eric. Sean Eric tops the Sector 1 times. Sean Eric sets the benchmark in
There
Sector
you
2.
go. Damn, Sean.
P1 Sean Eric keeping it clean.
I keep messing up that third sector, man.
It's tricky with those sharp late apexes.
Oliver Day into P3 in Pro, 133.203. That's 0.57 behind Sean Eric. Now on board with Oliver Day driving the number 42 Ford Mondeo W.
I just scared Oliver. I came out of the pits and he was going to go for the pit exit to get more asphalt. I saw him correct.
P3 for Oliver Day, a quiet run so far. Here's the view from Ross Smith's cockpit in the number 35 Ford Mondeo WHD. Green sector 1 for Ross Smith.
Let's do. That's, I guess, all I can do. Huh. I like how the concrete is shiny.
You could set your watch by Oliver Day's lap times. Personal best in sector 1 for Oliver Day. Let's see it from Tommy Teasdale's perspective in the number 8 BMW 320i STW. Quicker laps now from Tommy Teasdale. Something has gone wrong for Craig Gallagher in AM. Let's take a look. Returning to Tommy Teasdale in P. Now on board with Carl Struwell driving the number 97 Ford Mondeo WHD. Carl Struwell fastest in AM, 135.027. That's 0.30 quicker than Craig Gallagher.
Ross, what do you think of how the grass is laid out? Odd planting scheme, huh?
They're kind of forming a weird sort of phalanx.
Oh, it looks like just straight lines to me scattered about.
Looks like hair transplants.
Yeah, yeah. Hair plugs.
Let's check on pro leader Sean Eric. On board with Ross Smith in the Pro. Ross Smith holding P7.
It's not the grass, it's the white line that appears and disappears.
Oh, that too, yeah.
Yeah.
Losing a bit of pace now, Oliver Day. Let's see it from Ross Smith's perspective in the number 35 Ford Mondeo WHD. Remarkably consistent from Ross Smith.
Number of cars kind of going off through it.
Now on board with Sean Eric driving the number 29 Peugeot 406 STW RHD. Sector 1 purple for Sean Eric. A new session best through Sector 3 for Sean Eric. On board with Oliver Day. A spin for Karl Struheim. Let's take another look. We're back with Oliver Day in P3 in Pro. Tommy Teasdale tops Pro with a 132.138. That's 0.25 quicker than Sean Eric.
Oh, definitely.
Switching to Oliver Day's onboard camera. On board with Ross Smith in the Pro. Ross Smith maintaining P6. Impressive consistency from Ross Smith. Ross Smith sets a personal best through sector 3. P3 for Oliver Day. A quiet run so far. On board with Ross Smith. Eight laps completed by Ross Smith. Gilles Lalonde is getting into a rhythm now. Gilles Lalonde improves in sector 2. Here's Oliver Day in P3 in Pro. Oliver Day ticking off the laps on lap 8. Switching to Pro P4, Gilles Lalonde. A solid 18 laps so far from Gilles Lalonde. Gilles Lalonde has found some pace in the last few laps. Gilles Lalonde goes green in Sector 1. Switching to Tommy Teasdale's onboard camera. Quicker laps now from Tommy Teasdale. Tommy Teasdale running in P1. On board with Gilles Lalonde in the Pro. Gilles Lalonde maintaining P4. Gilles Lalonde is getting into a rhythm now. Now on board with Karl Struhel, driving the number 97 of Ford Mondeo WLHD. The times are coming down for Karl Struhel. Karl Struhel cruising in P5. On board with Craig Gallagher. Craig Gallagher has found some pace in the last few laps. Tommy Teasdale has spun in Pro. Let's see that again. Back to Craig Gallagher, running P2 in AM. P6 Craig Gallagher, keeping it clean. Switching to Karl Struhel's onboard camera. Quicker laps now from Karl Struhel. "37 laps completed by Karl Struhel. Let's ride with Craig Gallagher in the number 97 Ford Mondeo WLHD. Craig Gallagher is getting into a rhythm now.
You guys might want to practice the pit entry, just heads up, in case you need it. This is a weird one.
Craig Gallagher now 17 laps done. Carl Struhol has found some pace in the last few laps.
Yeah, we'll let it run till 8 o'clock and start qualifying. All right, guys. And it's the regular crew. We all know the rules. We're all here to have some fun. So
P5 for Carl Struhol, a quiet run so far. Now with Pro P2, Sean Eric.
God, that is a crazy pit entry. You lose $1 million. You lose all kinds of time if you hit the pit.
Let's check on Ross Smith, P5 in Pro.
I try to run
Tommy
as loose
Teasdale
as you
has
are,
slowed dramatically
Tommy,
in
but,
Pro. Here's the replay.
I quiet the back a bit more.
Returning to Ross Smith in P5 in Pro. Ross Smith maintaining P7. A new personal best sector 3 there for Ross Smith.
All right, 8 o'clock. Anybody wants to finish their laps, and I'll push next session.
Ross Smith has completed 15 laps now.
Oh, it's only Ross out there.
There you go.
You still out there, Ross?
Nope, I came in.
All right, I'm gonna push her to the next session, fellas.
Here's Sean Eric in P2 in Pro. P2 Sean Eric keeping it clean. Here's the pro leader, Tommy Teasdale. Tommy Teasdale holding P1. Tommy Teasdale running in P2. On board with Sean Eric in the Pro. P2 for Tommy Teasdale in Pro with a 1:33.151. That's 1.06 behind Sean Eric. Oliver Day goes purple in Sector 2. Fastest in AM, Craig Gallagher, 1:35.426. That's 1.17 quicker than Carl Struhall. Now with the AM leader, Craig Gallagher. Now with Pro P4, Gilles Lalonde. Now on board with Carl Struhall driving the number 97 Ford Mondeo WLHD. Carl Struhall cruising in P4. Craig Gallagher holding P5. Let's check on AM leader Carl Struhall. On board with Gilles Lalonde. P6 for Gilles Lalonde, a quiet run so far. Craig Gallagher cruising in P6. Here's the AM leader, Carl Struhall. Gilles Lalonde currently P4 in Pro. On board with Oliver Day in the Pro. Oliver Day maintaining P1. Sean Eric holding P2. Ross Smith lost the rear in Pro. Here's the replay. We're back with Sean Eric in P2. Switching to Pro leader Oliver Day. That's qualifying done. Results coming up once all the times are in.
Well done. Congratulations. Look at that battle up front.
Good one, Oliver.
And Ross figuring it out.
Nice.
Getting him a quick lap in there. Yeah. Everybody going pretty quick, huh? All right. We got an 8-minute warm up. We can do the whole thing. And well, then we'll let her roll on into the race.
Okay.
And I'll probably do my 133 now since I couldn't do it in qualify.
Switching to Tommy Teasdale's onboard camera. P3 for Tommy Teasdale, quiet run so far.
Yeah, I got it without backing up.
Nice.
A spin for Tommy Teasdale in Pro. Let's take another look.
Let's see.
Back to Tommy Teasdale, running P3 in Pro.
Let's take that rear wing off. Don't need that shit anymore.
Now on board with Sean Eric driving the number 29 Peugeot 406 STW RHD.
Wow, 21 minutes. That's less than it used to be.
Sean Eric running in P2. Karl Struhel cruising in P5. Switching to Pro P2, Sean Eric.
Well, I blew it on the last turn.
P2 for
blew it
Gilles
at many
Lalonde in
places.
Pro with a 133.955. Now with Pro P2, Gilles Lalonde. Gilles Lalonde holding P2. Ross Smith into P2 in Pro, 133.933. Sean Eric is in trouble in Pro. Here's the replay. Returning to Gilles Lalonde in P3 in Pro. P3 for Gilles Lalonde, a quiet run so far. Craig Gallagher fastest in AM, 136.505. That's 2.31 quicker than Karl Struhel. Here's Craig Gallagher in P2 in AM. Tommy Teasdale tops Pro with a 132.264.
There's no place to pass on this freaking track.
Craig
It'll
Gallagher
get a bit
cruising
bumpy.
in P5. Ross Smith currently P3 in Pro. Oh, something has gone wrong for Ross Smith in Pro. Let's take a look. We're back with Ross Smith in P. Switching to Pro P4, Gilles Lalonde. P3 for Oliver Day in Pro with a 133.457. Fastest in AM, Karl Struhel, 135.369. That's 1.14 quicker than Craig Gallagher. Here's the view from Tommy Teasdale's cockpit in the number 8 BMW 3T. Let's ride with Sean Eric in the number 29 Peugeot 406 ST Veloce RHD. That's the end of the warm-up session.
Alrighty, thanks everybody for coming out. You know, we got a formation to a standing start, so we'll roll on into it and have some fun.
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now?
Do.
Mic off, please. Ross. Because that's
There we go.
quite noisy.
I'm adjusting my seat.
Sounds like you're moving a garbage can.
Yeah, mute your mic, please.
Starting lights on. Green flag, race is on. The Velo Città race is underway. 19 minutes, 7 cars in 2 classes on track. P2 Oliver Day keeping it clean. Battle for P3 in Pro. Tommy Teasdale and Ross Smith. Tommy Teasdale running in P3. Sean Eric under pressure from Oliver Day in the pro fight for P1. Sean Eric cruising in P1. Let's check on AM leader Karl Struhal. Here's Craig Gallagher in P2 in AM. P7 for Craig Gallagher, a quiet run so far. Great pro racing, Sean Eric defending P1 from Oliver Day. Oliver Day with 0.8 seconds of clear air ahead. Neither driver giving an inch in this prolonged battle. Look at this pro battle. Sean Eric P1 Sean Eric keeping it clean. We're at the halfway mark, 12 minutes left. Craig
ahead.
Gallagher challenging Karl Struble for position. Returning to the battle for P6 in Karl Struble versus Craig Gallagher. Craig Gallagher holding P7. Wheel to wheel in pro. Oliver Day challenging Sean Eric for P1. Ten minutes left in the session. P2, Oliver Day, 0.8. Oh, here's that and pass by Craig Gallagher on Karl Struble. Back to the fight for P1 in pro between Sean Eric and Oliver Day. P2 for Oliver Day, a quiet run so far. Peter Oliver Day, 0.9 seconds to the car in front. P1 Sean Eric, keeping it clean. Eight laps completed by Sean Eric. Let's check on Oliver Day, P2 in Pro. Oliver Day ticking off the laps on lap 9. Five minutes to go. Tommy Teasdale has cut the gap by 0.7 seconds. .7 seconds the margin for Oliver Day in P2. Now with the pro leader, Sean Eric. Sean Eric cruising in P1. Sean Eric is building a cushion. Battle for P2 in Pro, Oliver Day and Tommy Teasdale. Oliver Day running 2.1 seconds behind the car ahead. Now on board with Tommy Teasdale, driving the number 8 BMW 320i STW. Two minutes remaining. P3 for Tommy Teasdale, a quiet run so far. .1 minute left in the session. A solid 12 laps so far from Tommy Teasdale. P3 Tommy Teasdale 0.5 back from the next car. Sean Eric takes the checkered flag. The pro winner. Oh, the pro winner is Sean Eric. P2 for Oliver Day at the checkered flag. On board with Craig Gallagher. Ross Smith takes the flag in P4. Meanwhile, Gilles Lalonde crosses the line in P5. Craig Gallagher takes the AM win. Second in Pro goes to Oliver Day. Third in Pro is Tommy Teasdale. Switching to Pro P3, Tommy Teasdale.
Well, that went from bad to worse to terrible for me, but looks like y'all had some fun. It was fun at first till I just lost my way.
I know what you did. You disappeared.
I'm gonna hit restart the warm up and then I'll go fix the grid.
We were making every mistake, Ross, you and me.
Oh, I had nothing left on those tires. I couldn't. If we had one more lap, you would have had me. I wouldn't have
Probably.
been able to do anything.
Yeah, probably. The idea was that I was just making mistakes. Like, blah. Wanted the lap behind you. It was a second slower than my best lap. It's cursing.
Only a second? Oh, man.
Good race there, Oliver. I was getting worried.
Yeah, good run, Oliver.
I think his tires must have given up before mine a little bit.
What were your tires at the end?
I forgot to look. I was just thinking of that. The fronts were way less than the rears, but I want to say like 82 something, 80, low 80s in the fronts, or 85 something.
Yeah, low 80s maybe. I didn't get a peep from crew chief telling me that
Does he get your name right yet?
Giles.
Your crew chief.
yeah, he says Giles. It's okay.
Been called worse.
Yeah. When I was a kid in the gang, they called me Gil.
Yeah.
Slippin' Jimmy. Unfortunately, we'll have to leave you all as I'm getting pinged by George to finish up the 81 cars.
No, tell him you got more important stuff to do.
Well, I know between him, Jerry, and John, they'll probably crucify me if I don't get these things implemented for the Le Mans race.
I haven't used this thing in so long. What the hell reverses the grid after you load it? Is it just which button? It's,
You're asking us.
no,
it's
I'm
the-
I'm
Are
I'm
you
now-
asking Ross? You asking Ross?
yeah. Yeah, he probably doesn't use this
Is that the one that's in
Race-
Portuguese?
edit grid. Yeah. So don't you put in how many? Oh, never mind. There it is.
You got
Sure.
it?
I got it. Yeah. I don't really want to be up front, but oh, well.
They'll go by us quick enough. Where's Brian tonight?
Yeah, I hope so.
Not sure.
Who, Brian? Is
Yeah.
that what you said?
Yeah, I wonder where Brian is.
Burpees.
To go. 5 minutes left.
He had an issue with loading the track and then I don't think he ever tried again. Or getting the mod.
The mod he had, he raced before.
I mean the track. Well, whatever. I was getting a weird one too. There, the track. It's there's the grid. We'll let this run down because I need to run to the restroom. But the grid is set. It'll change
Good idea.
when we advance here. So yeah, we'll take a roll call in a couple minutes and see if we want to move forward, guys. Good job, Sean, on the win, and anybody whose lap time didn't fall off like 5 seconds, like me. I just got bad.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of diff setting adjustments that need to happen to get this to be where it needs to be. I think Tommy was holding on to his tires for the first part of the race.
I was not able to go any faster.
Oh, I highly doubt that.
At the end of the race, I had bad understeer in the first sector.
Understeer?
Yes, understeer in the fast corners.
How the hell?
Thanks, whoever said nice job when I was walking away.
That's Carl. But good job.
I still feel like I can't get that little corkscrew section, I'd call it, whatever. Can't get that. I never feel like I get it right. Or the tight left-hander out of it.
I wonder what this does when he's gone. To the grid, since he left, it'll just move up people.
It should, yeah.
Okie doke. Well, roll call, hey fellas. Y'all want to move forward or we wait until the end?
I'm here.
I'm ready.
Sean, you around, Bubba?
I
Craig, you
am.
ready to go?
I'll be ready. Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Ollie says he's ready. I think that means all of us. So I'm gonna hit.
Yep.
I'm gonna hit next session. We'll get this race underway, and well, we'll take a look at this one. This start. I want to get the hell out of the way because I always get terrible starts, and I don't want to affect the race. I'll be lucky to hang on to the tail end.
I will stay on the outside.
guys should
No,
just
you got
run
to be
your.
that cork in the bottle.
Yeah, you should just run your race, guys.
Well, I'm gonna get smoked off the start. I always have in these cars. So
Yeah, just run your race. Don't slow down for us.
Yeah, hit people.
Can you see the lights? Carl, can you see the lights in this track?
yeah, they're down the way.
Oh, right, right.
They're small enough though. But yeah.
I'll let you guys go while I work on this stuff. But
All
good
right.
luck. Have
Well,
fun.
thanks
you,
for
Ross.
coming and
Yeah,
racing, Ross. We'll see you.
And thank you for your work.
Have a good
Ross.
night.
Yeah. Sorry, I love to stick around, but I'll watch you.
Starting
All right, have
lights
fun,
on.
fellas.
Green flag. Race is on. Carl Struhol holding P5. Oliver Day challenging Gilles Lalonde for position. Gilles Lalonde reclaims P4 in Pro. Gilles Lalonde going for it on Oliver Day. P2 Oliver Day keeping it clean. Oliver Day into P2 in Pro, 142.038. Karl Struhol leading the race. Karl Struhol running in P5. Karl Struhol in command, 3.5 seconds clear. Karl Struhol running in P5. Let's check on pro leader Tommy Teasdale. Oliver Day and Tommy Teasdale battling on board with Oliver Day. Remarkably consistent from Oliver Day. Oliver Day sets the benchmark in Sector 1. Oliver Day holding P2. Sean Eric is all over Gilles Lalonde for P3 in Pro. We're at the halfway mark, 12 minutes left. Wheel to wheel in Pro, Oliver Day challenging Tommy Teasdale for P1. .8 seconds the margin for Oliver Day in P2. Oliver Day going for it on Tommy Teasdale. Pass complete. Oh, here's that pro pass by Oliver Day on Tommy Teasdale. Back to the fight for P1 in Pro between Oliver Day and Tommy Teasdale. Oliver Day cruising in P1. Great pro racing. Gilles Lalonde defending P3 from Sean Eric. The lap times are starting to drop off for Sean Eric. Ten minutes left in the session. Tommy Teasdale challenging Oliver. We rejoin the pro battle for P1, Tommy Teasdale and Oliver Day. P1 for Tommy Teasdale, a quiet run so far. Gilles Lalonde trying to hold off Sean. Losing a bit of pace now, Gilles Lalonde. Gilles Lalonde refusing to let this one go. Gilles Lalonde's pace is fading. Gilles Lalonde in P3, a gap of 6.0, switching to pro leader Tommy Teasdale. The lap times are starting to drop off for Tommy Teasdale. Tommy Teasdale extending the lead. Sean Eric is all over Gilles Lalonde for P3 in Pro. Sean Eric is struggling to maintain the pace. Five minutes remaining. Sean Eric running in P4. P4 Sean Eric, 0.5 back from the next car. Gap is stretching out for Sean Eric. Action in arm. Carl Struhol's pace is fading. A mere 1.6 seconds covering this intense fight. 2 minutes to go. Carl Shaw's advantage is shrinking. Craig Gallagher has closed by 1.0 seconds. The lap times are starting to drop off for Karl Struhal. Here comes Craig Gallagher on Karl Struhal. Craig Gallagher gets it. Oh, another look at Craig Gallagher overtaking Karl Struhal in AM. Returning to the battle for P5 in 1 minute left in the session. Craig Gallagher holding P5. Battle for P3 in Pro. Gilles Lalonde and Sean Eric. Sean Eric ticking off the laps on lap 12. Tommy Teasdale takes the checkered flag, the pro winner. Tommy Teasdale takes the pro win. Oliver Day takes the flag in P2. Victory in AM for Craig Gallagher. Switching to AM P2, Karl Struhal. Second in Pro goes to Oliver Day.
All right. Well,
Karl
congratulations,
Struhal finishes
Tommy.
P2. Here's the pro
And
leader,
Craig.
Tommy
And
Teasdale.
Carl for being so
Third
terrible.
in Pro is Gilles Lalonde.
Yes. But I finally got my 33, and then I went to shit after that.
Well, that's cool.
No, it's
Good
not
race, Oliver.
cool. I was so slow at the end. Sorry. Go ahead, Tommy.
Good race, Oliver.
33. I did a bunch of 33s and 34s. And low 34s. What saved me, Sean, is